Welcome back to Moodle for Faculty. In this video I'm going to talk about course sections, what they are, how to alter them to make them fit your course and your style the best. Back in our example course, what I have here, each of these weeks are course sections. Before the semester begins, when the courses are set up by the registrar and a Moodle shell is created, they're given the dates of the semester. So the course shells start with the first day of class and they run all the way through to the last day. And since we have 16-week semesters, there's 16 sections in here, all set up by the date. And you can leave them this way, and many people do. And that way when the students come in, they know which week they're on. And as you can see here, since I happen to be in this week as I'm recording it, this week is highlighted so they know that's the week that we're working in. So it's perfectly okay to do that. There's a couple of times people like to change it. One is if you want to have an extra week on the bottom that you just keep materials in that you're not necessarily going to use but you don't want to get rid of, you want to hold on to, you can have a hidden one. What you'll see here, this is the number of visible courses and it's only showing 16. If I add more courses on the bottom, I'll have an extra course. So let's say we're going to have 17. And then when it updates, there'll be an extra week down here. Now I don't want that visible to the students. I just want to put some things in there that maybe it's YouTube videos that I really like, assignments that I like. I'm just not sure where I'm going to put them, but I want to store them in here. If I come to edit and hide this week, you'll see it turns gray. I can see it as the instructor, but when a student comes in here, they'll still only see December 9th to the 15th. They won't see this. So that's one way to manipulate the course sections. Another thing that you can do, some classes are better set up by topics. That you don't do something each week necessarily in the same way. You'd rather have just 4 main topics that you're going to cover. If you look over here under course settings and this course settings hyperlink, if I click on that, it'll take me in to where I can do some adjusting within the course. And I want you to look down here on course format. Right now it defaults to a weekly format, which is what we're seeing. But if I go down to a topics format and then save the changes, I now have 4 topics, or I now have 16 topics, I'm sorry. And so if I change that, actually 17 because I created that, but let's say I have 4 main topics that I want to do. So I change it to 4. Once it goes through and saves it, I'll only have those 4 topics. And then I can name each of them what I want. So under Edit, I can come in here and edit this topic. And you see, it won't let me type anything in here because this is checked. Use the default section name, which is Topic 1. But if I check this, and I put, I can change it to first topic instead of Topic 1. Save those changes. Now I have whatever name I'd like. So you could have dates in there, you could have a name in there, and you can do the topics that way. So that's another way that you can go about altering the courses and the topics. Now what I'm going to do is go back to the 16 weeks to the normal way that we usually have them shown. And again, I do that by going back into course settings. I go down here to the course format, and I'm going to change this back to weekly. Then I scroll back down to the bottom and save and return to the course. Now you'll notice it's still only 4 sections visible. I'm going to change that back to 16. So there's a couple of ways that you can alter what goes here, and obviously what's here is what the students will see. So they'll be able to see either the course sections being less, how many are visible, how many are available, what name you want to give them, and even as they're in this format, the weekly format, let's say I want to call this week 1, week 2, week 3, I don't want to have the dates in there. They're still tied in with the date, but if I go into Edit Week, click this box so I can override it and call this week 1, save the changes. Now that's week 1, and this could be week 2, and so I can name them whatever I want. It'll still be tied in with those dates because that's what's set up for the system. So that's a way to work with just the course sections and the names that are in there. Later we'll be looking at adding activities and putting in materials. This is just a view of that part. As you're working through some of these things, just remember, if you ever have any questions, fill out a help desk ticket and we'll be glad to walk you through this step by step so you can get the hang of it. Have a great day.